Hey there, today we're looking at Windows 10s, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hey there, today Tom with Tom's Tech Show. Today we're looking at Windows 10s. So this is an operating system that Microsoft has developed to kind of get people so that they can only install applications from the Windows App Store. So it's kind of taking the iPhone kind of methodology of you can only get apps from their curated app store, and that's all that you can install. Android phones, you can go in, flip a switch, say, and install applications from unknown sources, which no one should do, right? You should never do that. If you have to do that, you're not installing the right apps. Just to be straight, only get apps from the regular app store. You take a small chance with the Windows App Store if you're loading some really crazy things, but from Android app stores and stuff, any app store, if you're loading really crazy apps, you're still taking a chance because malware has gotten into the Apple App Store, the Windows App Store, the iPhone App Store, Android App Store. All of them have had things in them, and so if you're loading a separate app store that's from who knows where, or an app from who knows where, you're just taking your chances. And that's what Microsoft is trying to do with Windows S, is take that away from people so that they can't install just regular applications that haven't at least gone through some type of, security or something like that, that has at least a minimal check, right? To try and keep people safe. Okay, here's my Windows 10 S box right here. I just loaded it just now. I just finally clicked the OK to finish the whole thing, so I haven't even clicked the start menu. So let's see what's on our start menu. And boom, of course Windows 10 S has the same garbage junk crap that regular Windows 10 has. Now, the thing I liked about Windows 7, I had purchased a Microsoft Signature PC directly from Microsoft, was that there were no trials, like no extra stuff, no antivirus trials, no game trials, no photos, application trials, none of that stuff that usually companies like Dell, HP, Acer were trying to put on the system to help monetize. They would get probably a certain percentage cut from the people who actually purchased these programs and updated, then Dell or HP or Acer would get a little kickback, right? So Signature PCs were the ones that, okay, if you don't want any of that, then buy a Signature PC, you get no trials, you get nothing. Well, now you buy a Signature PC, you get Windows 10 with all this garbage. So apparently Microsoft now is into the, monetizing game for Windows 10. And watch my video on Windows 10 LTSC. That has none of this. All this is completely. You can't even load the Windows App Store at all. All that is completely gone. Plus the fact that LTSC is like blisteringly fast. It's so much faster than this. This is, I get into a rant in that video about how much of a disservice Microsoft is doing to their customers because of this stuff. But anyway, Microsoft is doing this. If they're going to do this, my opinion, if you're going to add stuff like this, you should never charge for Windows. So now you're making me pay for things that I don't want, and I don't like that. So I will continually, if you're going to give me a completely clean version of Windows 10 with no extra apps, nothing in it, okay, when I upgrade to whatever next version, if they ever come out with a Windows 11, they say Windows 10 is the last version of Windows. So we'll see how that works. But if they, want me to upgrade to another new huge feature set, I really wouldn't mind paying, $40, whatever for it. That wouldn't be bad. If it comes with one game app, one Candy Crush, one car racing app, one anything, I'm paying $0. I don't want to pay anything for it because you're monetizing on the back end. Do the customer, a service by not basically calling them, using them just to monetize off of your own greed. I mean, Microsoft makes enough money off of Azure, Windows Server, and Office 365, that I mean, they don't make any money really off Xbox, but Azure and the Windows Server systems and Office 365, they're making a ton of money off of that. I mean, you look at their financial reports, and Azure's just become huge because there are companies who compete with. This is where it kind of breaks down a little bit. There are companies that compete with Amazon, such as like Walmart, Costco, things like that, who, if they're buying into a application or a system or some service that they're buying to do their own customer service and things like that, they don't want any of it in AWS. They are only going to want it in Azure, or, I mean, I guess if you have to go into Oracle, that's crazy. It's very difficult to deploy things in Oracle. It's not used very much, but so there, Azure is huge because of competition with AWS. I use them both. I mostly use AWS, but anyway. So anyway, back to Windows 10s. I digress on my kind of hatred and everything of Microsoft, but so Windows 10s here, they have all this junk in it still. They're not keeping it clean for you. So I mean, you can come in and right-click things, and let's right-click. Here's the other irritating thing. So this is OneNote, right? Well, maybe I don't use OneNote. Maybe I use Evernote or something. Can I get rid of it? No, I cannot. I can unpin it, but that's about it. Some of the games, I can't get rid of it. I can only unpin it. I can only unpin that. Even under more, all it says is turn live tile off. Well, I want to unpin it. I want to get rid of it. I want to uninstall. There's no uninstall here. Oh, here's one. The Xbox Live Solitaire has an uninstall, so we'll uninstall that. Go away. Photos, we'll just unpin that. I don't want anything that I don't need their maps. This is like a desktop. I don't need your maps. I don't need your things are dropping on the floor. Unpin that. Go away. I can't uninstall Xbox. So now we have things that we don't even have that just say, oh, a great app is on its way. No, I don't want that. I want to unpin it. Just get rid of all this stuff. Go away. No. Skype preview. Why do I want Skype? I don't know. I don't use Skype. Get Office. So do I want to get Office? No, I don't. I want to uninstall Office. I can use, LibreOffice or OpenOffice. No, I can't because this is Windows 10s. We'll find that out here really soon. Another great app's on its way. No, it's not. I don't need mail. I don't need your calendar. All right, so now we just got the store and Microsoft Edge. Can you use a different browser? Let's go see. Let's go see what we can get in the Windows Store. Let's search for Firefox and meet Microsoft Edge. So this would mean if you want to run Firefox as your browser, if you have all of your 5,000 links and bookmarks and everything else in Firefox, and you want to use Firefox, you can't use Windows S because you cannot install Windows Firefox. But can I spell Chrome today? No. Okay, so Chrome. Let's look at Chrome. No, we cannot install Chrome. So say you have an Android device and you're constantly making bookmarks in your Chrome browser on your desktop so that when you get to your Android device, it's automatically synced in Chrome so that you can just go right on and continue browsing or linking to your maps or whatever it is. You can't use Windows 10s because you can't use any other browser other than Microsoft Edge. Rumors are that Microsoft is going to be abandoning the Edge engine and switching to a Chrome-based engine. So, they're going to have to update everybody's, systems at some point and get rid of that. So it doesn't even, they got a bunch of other freaky browsers, Monument browser. What are all these things? Do I really trust anything else? Oh, look, something with Chinese letters. Yeah, this store is safe. Woo! We do have LastPass that we can turn on and plug in. LastPass is able to run in Edge. But I mean, why does anybody really want to run Edge? Nobody knows. Nobody's anywhere. So you're not really doing much. So we can look at Microsoft apps, and that's really kind of what they want. You know, you can get Office. There's like movies, photos, news, things like that are made by Microsoft. You got sticky notes and OneNote and things like that. But if you really want to be doing, I mean, then there's other fake apps like this Ultra Office Suite, which is by CompuClever. And if you, as a user, see that, oh, that's what I want. It has Word, spreadsheet, and everything else. Well, you just now installed some piece of junk thing on here. So now if you look for LibreOffice, no, we don't have LibreOffice. So we don't even have that. And some other things, like if I want to come here and type command prompt, do we get any results? No, because we cannot run command prompt. It just does a search. So there is no command prompt or anything. Can I use another different kind of mail app in the store? You know, what about, I mean, they have their built-in email app, and we can use Outlook, but that's about it. I mean, and you can load a ton of, you know, garbagey games and stuff like that. So it's kind of, you're extremely limited. So, oh, here's the other one. Let's look for Adobe. All right, let's see what Adobe has in. So Adobe has Photoshop Express, Photoshop Elements. So if you run, want to do something like Lightroom, the full Adobe Photoshop, you're doing Photoshop things, things like that. No, you're not going to be doing that. Windows 10s will not work for you. So what the heck is this operating system for comes down to be the question. I mean, if you want to have an operating system where it's difficult to kind of screw stuff up, that you're just doing web browsing and you're just doing a little bit of web browsing and email, and you buy a full laptop to do that, you're talking crazy, right? I mean, what you would really need to do is buy, you know, either an Android tablet or an iPad, right? So you're going to get 10 times the functionality, 10 times the number of apps in the App Store. There is Office, full Office on both iPad and Android. There is a ton of, there's Lightroom on iPad, and I believe there's Lightroom in Android. So you can do Lightroom things, more capabilities than you can with Windows 10s. So a friend of mine just the other day bought a laptop, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. The network wasn't connecting or something, so I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? And I go to try and go to a command prompt to type something like ipconfig, you know, so you're trying to look at what the network is doing and what IP address it has. Nope, you couldn't do that. You can't. Makes it difficult to do, you know, some diagnostics. Like, so if I went to a command prompt and did ipconfig, you know, it'd be like a few seconds. So if I want to check for, so let's do that. Let's check and see. So I got to right click here to see what the IP address is. Open network and sharing. Then that opens network and sharing. Then I got to go change adapter settings. Then I got to come here and I got to go, I can look at status and then look at details, and then that's going to give me my IP address. Well, that's too many clicks for me. I'm a command line person. You're going to get me at command line, you know, every time. I don't think I can type ipconfig. Boop. That's all you get. You get a little window that goes boop, and it's done. There you go. That's all you get. Do you even have PowerShell? You need to activate Windows. Oh, I need to activate. Well, I'm not going to activate this Windows because I don't want to keep this Windows 10s around. That's the other screwy thing that I hate. It's like, just let me do what I need to do. Gosh. Anyway, that's Windows 10 S. It's, I don't know, slimmed, simple, secure, stupid. You know, I'd use other S words, but I like running a clean channel. And typically, a Christian boy, I don't use that kind of language. So, anyway, that's Windows 10 S. And just keep with the... Now, they do make it when you first purchase a computer, a laptop. We were able to go and instantly go to the Windows Store and upgrade the laptop that my friend had and upgrade to standard Windows 10. Windows 10 Home. We were able to do that, so then that got us all the fun features back and able to load any application that we wanted. So at least you're given that option to get out of it. But it's just a pain. It's just, why, I don't think I've ever ran an application from the App Store. Like OBS, Open Broadcaster, that's definitely not in the App Store. So all these things that are not in the App Store, that just people use, right? I mean, the majority of web browser people are using Chrome and Firefox and Safari. I mean, they're not using Edge at all. So it's, you get invested in these browsers and, you want to keep using them. And when you can't do that on Windows S, the first thing you got to do is uninstall it and get rid of it. So anyway, all right, well, that's Windows S. That's what it is. That's how it looks. That's why you don't want to use it. That's all the funness of Windows S. So in 16 minutes, gosh, I spent too much time covering Windows S already. So I will not be covering Windows S again. So that means Windows S means stop. Stop using it. Go the other way. I mean, really that right there, if I got a laptop with Windows S and could not switch out of Windows S to regular desktop mode, I'm pulling a USB stick with Debian Linux and poof, I'm on Linux. Which, by the way, is even more secure than Windows S, and I can load all kinds of applications on there. Right, there you go. So, all right, Windows S, that's it. All right, I'm Tom, Tom's Tech Show. Videos about technology, photography, movies and TV. A lot of E, ends in E. So, like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Check out all the other videos on my channel, and have a good one. Take care.